In this video, I'm going to share with you guys the #1 problem with volume profile on the Thinkorswim platforms. Now, to be honest, I think Thinkorswim is an amazing platform. It's awesome. It has a lot of great tools and features. The volume profile, though, there is one problem. Actually, there's two problems, but there's one major problem that kind of has me doubting, the accuracy of the volume profile on the charts. Now, if you missed my last video, I shared with you guys how to set up volume profile on Thinkorswim. At the end of this video, I will link you to that video. So if you want to check that out and get volume profile set up on these charts, I'll show you guys exactly how to get those charts set up. Now, as we look at volume profile on this chart, now volume profile is essentially volume at price. So what this means is every time price has traded at 44, we'll call it 44.76, it's going to build out this profile. This profile or this histogram is going to continue to get thicker and thicker on the outside. Now, if we go ahead and we look and we compare this to another volume profile chart, in this example, I'm going to use the NinjaTrader volume profile charts. And if you guys have seen any of my analysis videos in the past, you guys know I rely heavily on volume profile to give me the direction of the market. Should I be a buyer? Should I be a seller? Along with some great target locations by using some of the POC levels and such. And if you guys haven't yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the bell notification. If you guys want to support the channel, go ahead and check the links in the description box down below for any affiliate links down below. Now, as we're looking at this chart, we can see the profile shape on Friday, June 30th, matches the profile shape. It's generally the same shape, which would be a P as in Paul shape profile. That all looks fine. For the most part, the profiles pretty much match up. But when we look at value area low on the Thinkorswim, we can see it's 44.76.93. Well, I don't even know how it comes up with that because that would not be a true tick value for the S&P. When we look at the one on NinjaTrader, we can see it comes in at 44.78 Now, this is looking at the same type of chart. I'm going to go ahead. Actually, this is live. I'm going to put this chart onto the 30-minute chart just so you can see that everything is going to be exactly the same. And as I scroll this back over, we can see 44.78 is right where value area low is. So one, we can see that's slightly different. Also, notice where the point of control is. This yellow line in the profile is in a different location than it is on NinjaTrader. And I have compared the NinjaTrader volume profile levels with other platforms like Sierra charts and such. I've had other people send me screenshots and we've kind of matched up and everything matches up with NinjaTrader and a lot of the other charting platforms as well. Now, the reason that there could be a discrepancy between NinjaTrader and Thinkorswim on this is on Thinkorswim, it is calculated per tick. On NinjaTrader, to save resources, I have it where it calculates per minute. So every minute it's redoing the calculation and building out the histogram. So at each minute, this indicator will update. Where on Thinkorswim, it is on a per tick basis. So that could be where some of that discrepancy comes in terms of where the value area low, high, and POC comes into play. However, that is not the #1 problem. When we come over here and we look on this chart, and keep in mind what I said in the beginning, volume profile represents volume at a specific price. So with that being said, if I change this chart to, let's say, a 15-minute chart, the value area low should still stay at 44.78 So if I go over here to a 15-minute chart and we scroll back, we can see value area low is where? 44.78 If I move this to a 5-minute chart and we go ahead and we scroll back so we can see the volume profile, value area low is still 44.78 The reason for that is volume at price. It is not time dependent. Now, when we come over and we actually look at the Thinkorswim platform right real quick, we go ahead and scroll that over. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom this up here just a little bit. Let me zoom it out and write down this number. Value area low is 44.76.9. Now, if I go ahead and I change this right here to a 15-minute chart, now we have value area low at 44.77.28. If I change this chart again to a 5-minute chart, we can now see, and I'll zoom this back out so you can see it's the same profile. We have value area low at 44.78.35, which is very close to the same level that volume profile is on the NinjaTrader platform. So for me, this is a big problem with the Thinkorswim platform. Now, one thing that I would highly encourage you to do if you're using volume profile on the Thinkorswim platform, what I would say is just keep the levels, keep the volume profile on a separate chart, somewhere tucked away, and just use those levels. Do not switch the time period on that chart. Just use the levels on that chart. And as you can see from right here, the 5-minute period matches up very close to, what the volume profile level is on the NinjaTrader platform. Now, what I do want to go ahead and do real quick is let's scroll this back. Let's compare a couple more days real quick. And I'm going to set the NinjaTrader one over here to the 30-minute chart. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom this back out. Let's check the day before this big run up. Let's check this day right here, Thursday. We're going to go ahead and look, and we can see value area high is 44.3225. We look over here on the volume profile on Thinkorswim, and value area high is 4432.52. So what you can see is on the Thinkorswim platform, the value areas are very close if you keep the chart on a 5-minute chart, along with all the settings that I shared with you guys in my last volume profile video that I did on Thinkorswim. If you guys missed that video, go ahead and click right here to watch that video to see all the settings that I use to set up the volume profile chart within the Thinkorswim platform.